Hello, music fans, underground enthusiasts, and people who purchase the trendy online co-op game that comes out every 4 to 6 months, play it for 2 hours, and never touch it again. What's that like? Another week gone by, another batch of songs that I think are worth talking about. Let's do just that. We're going to start the week off with a new Musa track in the form of iPop, and as the title might suggest, this is a ridiculously infectious pop track. The bouncy key chords and the peppy hats feel like a very tried and true sound, sort of summery and sporty in its aesthetic. And Musa's vocals here are fantastic. I love that the mix is a bit drier than maybe I would expect from an electro pop track that sounds like this. It feels crisp and clean, and there's a high amount of clarity going on in the mix, and the performance itself is also engaging and energetic. I love the chanted repetition of the hook and how it kind of weaves in and out of the verses to give the song a continuous point to return to. I think instead of having it so strictly structured and having this hook kind of bounce in and out is a really good decision here. I think it enhances the song that much more. It gives it that sort of catchiness that's very hard to achieve on this level. Instrumentally, it's also just ear candy throughout. Super satisfying low end lives in harmony with these bright laser beam sounds and very flashy production. It's a playful, flamboyant, and sort of anthemic song by the end of it. Very impressed with how clean and effective the work that went into this is. It's very well executed. And then we have Claired with This Place. It's Trying to Kill Me. The groove that this track establishes right out of the gate is incredible, stupidly fun to listen to. I mean, it actually makes me mad how fun it is. I mean, sliding textured western guitar plucks under this heavily saturated drum bounce, it's so effective. It's dusty and raw and sounds awesome. And the heavy punch of this instrumental is met with a sultry and kind of snarky delivery from Claire. The breathy vocal tone is made more dynamic with the added saturation. It's a generally thick mix that accentuates what is already a captivating cadence and performance. And I love that as the song progresses, it builds up this like uneasy, tense sense of evil in the tone and the writing, very sinister sounding, probably most brazenly in the choppy, distorted screams that tear through different sections of the track, sort of disrupting the groove with these quick bursts of noise. It's foreboding and menacing. Claired pulls off the tone really well and at the same time makes it very accessible and catchy. I love the writing and I can't get over the execution of this instrumental. It fucking rocks. I could never miss a Kurtis release. I gave him my top 50 spot for the top 100 songs of 2023 and the number 8 spot for my top songs of 2024 because among other things, I love how solidified and curated Kurtis's sound has become, consistent without being repetitive. It's reliable. He boasts a strong and focused aesthetic that is refined enough in its vision to consistently execute the ideas that he has with great quality. With that in mind, he always hits the mark. The warm bass groove that drives this song forward is a great foundation for everything to build off of, mostly being quirky clicks in the percussion and an oddly dance-sounding lead that sinks into the heavy atmosphere of the track. Because as indie, garage, alternative, whatever this sounds, there's a catchiness and danceability to the groove here. It's almost poppy underneath all the grunge haze. Kurtis's vocals also sound very sick here as well, drowned in saturation, blending lines that alternate between sweet sentimentality and forced detachment. Another banger to file into the banger folder. What can I say? Ovrwrld has dropped Crushin, and this song kicks off with a spacey combination of rumbling bass, twinkling keys, and this damp, futuristic-sounding synth arpeggio that has such a satisfying texture to it. It's a really cool aesthetic, and I especially love the watery synth. Here, I could listen to it climb up and down this beat all day, brother, let me tell you. Ovrwrld has also got a really nice metallic pop sound driving the song forward, with their vocals being rattled by the dominating bass and the super blown out snares. It is a generally abrasive sound, but there's a nice balance to make it catchy and engaging. The vocals feel very gentle underneath all of the more brash elements of the production, and you get a particularly pensive moment briefly between verses with these bouncy vocal chops and airy melodies, finding a small pocket of air between the more chaotic sections of the song. It's got a fun, catchy hook, well-mixed textures and melodies and production. It feels so spacey and grounded at the same time. It's very balanced. I think Ovrwrld kills this. We've got a new Deezo digital track with New. This is a pretty short track from Deezo in just under a minute and a half, but within that time frame, it still packs a punch. The production from Happy Boy feels tense and sinister with these industrial, almost wet percussive hits echoing into the background, while the intensely paced hi-hats simulate a bit of a chase scene. It's a bit of a frantic tone, and Deezo's heavily processed vocals slur over the top of the stutter dissonance with a very dreamy effect. The tone of what he's saying kind of acts as a foil to everything else that we're hearing. It feels agitated and almost surreal each time that the snare phases in and out of the track, but at the same time, it's not like this is a super inaccessible track or unconventional in any way beyond understanding. Like, underneath that texture is a pretty catchy trap song. I like Deezo's production a lot. I like what he does with rage and pop and rap, but sometimes working with a different producer can facilitate experimentation, and I think that's what's going on here, and I think it worked very well in Deezo's favor. Ending this week's list out, we have Sorrowful Serenade with Learning to Love Myself with a jayovsn feature. This song is incredibly focused on sound design and atmosphere, slowly building up the tone piece by piece. Bird chirps, twinkling synth embellishes, heavy washes of a very ethereal chords. It is a meticulous electronic trance that is enhanced by J.O.'s vocals, which feel supplementary to the greater idea and concept here rather than taking the lead and forefront of the track. I love how massive it sounds, and these bursts of high energy electronic breaks are abrasive and fast paced, but the mix kind of tames them and creates this dense but triumphant and bright passage. I love how lush the melodies sound, even when being swallowed by these staticky walls of sound. A crisp clarity still breaks through. It's still legible, and J.O.'s vocals also sound great and play nicely into the production. I think he was a good choice here. It's all very well put together. It's very mechanical, yet contrastingly organic and flowy. It's a super cool sound. And that is going to do it for this week's list. If you have listened to these songs, tell me how you feel about them down in the comments below. And if you have not listened to these songs, go listen to them, come back, tell me how you feel about them. I value your opinion. Let me know what you've been listening to this week. Give me an update on your life. How's your pet doing? How's your job doing? How's school doing? Whatever's going on. If you guys want to, bridge the gap, I'll take the first step in this. An update in my life for you guys. My AC has been broken for an ongoing 3 weeks, and I'm fucking miserable. I've got a swivel fan working overtime, and it's doing its best, but it's not enough. I'm wearing shorts here, people. It's not something I do. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it a lot, as always. Catch me in the next video where I announce my new rap collective, a group of 10 people who have never met in person, have never made a song together, have no plans on making songs together, and kind of don't like each other. Bye.